Pokemon Unite is taking the world by storm, and everybody wants to know who is the best Pokemon. So we have to rate them. Before we start the rating process in this tier list, let's go over the tiers. At the tippy top, we got needs a nerf. Okay, this should not need any explanation. Okay, they need a nerf. They're too overpowered. They're broken. After that, we have super strong, viable and reliable, needs work. Needs work is probably going to be about like they could be great. They have some attributes to be great, but maybe a little tweaking here, a little buffing there can really make them viable, reliable, or super strong. And last but not least, we have released them. Okay, they're not really good at all right now. They definitely need buffing, and they're not even worth playing right now, especially not in ranked play. So I played a lot of ranked Pokemon Unite at this point. I've grinded up to about expert rank 3, I think about, and I'm loving it. And I think this probably gives me a good scope of the tiers and ranking of these Pokemon, because I've seen a lot of who's taking the lead, who disrupts the matches, who's the most overpowered. I think I can definitely give a good example of who and why they fit where they would fit. So let's start with honestly the most broken one in the game, Gengar. This goes without saying, Gengar's gonna be in needs a nerf, okay? Needs a massive nerf. When I tell you, I have died so many times to getting sludge bombed and then getting hexed to death, okay, by this fast as fuck boy. Okay, he needs a nerf so bad. Like, he's so overpowered. I mean, when is Gengar not overpowered? Generally, even in the games, he's always a solid pick, always in the meta. But Gengar definitely needs a nerf for Pokemon Unite. It is too much. He's too quick. So not only is he doing so much like burst damage, like he's too quick to even hit. So I mean, you'd want to say he's a glass cannon, because yes, he is squishy, but it's honestly really hard to hit Gengar. So I wouldn't even really use the word glass cannon. Glass cannon would be someone who does a crap ton of damage, but you can just beat him up quick and they would die. But Gengar is really hard to hit on top of that. All the teleportation Gengar does and just like melting your health, dude. It's just too much. It's way too much. Needs a nerf, but definitely use Gengar while you can. Like, get all those extra rank points while you can. I mean, it's free. It's so free, dude. Like, a team without a Gengar is definitely at a disadvantage. Next, we have Zeraora. Also, I would say needs a nerf. Zeraora is insanely powerful, insanely quick. Moves or the special abilities Zeraora has is nuts. Yes, Zeraora is counted as a physical attacker, guys. So don't forget that. I know it can be kind of confusing that I know some moves you would think, oh, they're special attacking moves, but the Pokemon themselves kind of relates to the moves. So if they're a special attacking Pokemon, all their moves will be doing special attack damage, and if they're a physical attacking Pokemon, their moves will be doing physical damage. So Zeraora is a physical attacker, but just so insanely fast. Discharge will just melt your health, combined with Zeraora hitting you insanely quick, especially early game when everyone's not as up to par with Zeraora. You can melt a lot of people early game. Great for flanking, great for ganking, great for flanking. I mean, just all around amazing Pokemon. Definitely can use a few nerfs. OP. All right, next we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is super strong. Not enough to be OP, but definitely insanely strong. Can trap Pokemon, which is incredibly useful because Pokemon, if you play Pokemon Unite, once they start getting hit, they'll try and evade, run away, eject button, get out of there. Mr. Mime can say, nope, stop. You ain't going nowhere. Not up in here. And stop you, and also do some great burst damage on you. Definitely solid, super strong. Never a bad pick to have Mr. Mime on your squad. Now we have Venusaur. I will say viable and reliable. Venusaur is definitely solid, but not crazy overpowered or strong where I think you would be worried about Venusaur. But Venusaur can definitely give some great buffs to the team by getting some nice range hits in. And that's pretty much about it. The ultimate's not too crazy. It misses a lot. Really hard to hit. It's a small window for the ultimate to kind of hit and connect through your enemy. That's why I would also say Venusaur is lacking. The ulti isn't as promising. Solar Beam is way more fun to use and actually is way more damaging sometimes. So Venusaur is viable and reliable. Not a bad pick, but you can pick better. Next we have Garchomp. Garchomp is super strong. The thing about Garchomp is a slow burn. So Garchomp is like the longest Pokemon, I believe, to get to its final level, which is level 10 to become a Garchomp. And he takes the longest to evolve to his final form to get access to his ulti. Everyone else is evolving at 4 or 5, even around 8 or 9. Garchomp takes the longest, being a level 10, but it is worth it. Once you are a Garchomp, you are an indestructible beast. You can go through teams like butter. Okay, the damage is insane, and I think that Garchomp probably has arguably one of the best ultis in the game. Garchomp's ulti can 1v2, 1v3, even sometimes 1v4. 1v5 might be a little tricky, but if you time it right, shit, you might be able to pull that off too. Garchomp is definitely the definition of slow burn, but once you get there, it is so rewarding, turns the tide in almost any fight. Insane damage, it is nuts. Not only insane damage, but rough skin, so he's damaging you and giving right back every time you hit him, so it's just damage. With a great chase down game too with Dig. Definitely, someone tries to escape or run away, just dig, chase him down, finish him off. Next, we have Snorlax. I'm putting Snorlax in the super strong category, mainly because of all of Snorlax's options. Not only does Snorlax do great solid damage, but Snorlax's other uses are way more prevalent. Stalling, blocking, these are things that are very important in Pokemon Unite. Getting your teammates to help capture zones is so crucial. And Snorlax is definitely the best at supporting in that fashion. Being able to block, stall you time to heal, stall you time to retreat, just stall in general, so Snorlax is definitely super strong in that regard. Of course, he's not doing as much damage as Gengar, Garchomp, and Zeraora and everybody else, but I think you can't fault how bulky and how just beastly of a tank he is, and I definitely think in the tank category, Snorlax is at the top. Next, we have Gardevoir. Gardevoir was recently released, and Gardevoir is just as insanely strong as Gengar is. So let's talk about why. Gardevoir is like a ranged Gengar. Gengar kind of gets up close and personal when using Hex, but Gardevoir can do that same amount of burst damage from afar. The reason why Gardevoir is super strong though, instead of needs a nerf, is because Gardevoir is a glass cannon. So I said Gengar isn't really a glass cannon because of its speed and just how hard he is to hit. Gardevoir, it doesn't have that same benefits. Once you get up close to Gardevoir, you can melt her pretty quickly. But her damage is insane. If you can play Gardevoir right and kind of get the movement down packed, you will just be blitzing on teams and destroying their HP so fast. Gardevoir is so rewarding, definitely super strong. Let's continue. Absol, another one, super strong. Absol speed combined with the damage makes Absol a complete monster. You want to play Absol in the center middle, get all those points up, and flank and gank as much as you possibly can. Give your teammates assistance on top lane or bottom lane whenever they need it, and just flank and pick people off. Absol is a beast at that. Super quick, super reliable, heavy damage. Never a bad pick to pick Absol. Honestly, this game doesn't have too many bad Pokemon. That's what I like about it too. Of course, Gengar and Zeraora definitely do stand out as being overtly broken. But honestly, a lot of the rest of the roster is pretty solid where you couldn't really go wrong by picking them on the team. There are a few that we're going to get to that, that you probably wouldn't want to pick. But for the most part, they're all very solid. And I like that. I like games like that where it feels balanced. I don't want to just see the same Pokemon being played over and over again. Have some variety, and this game gives you that. All right, next we have Lucario. Also super strong. I debated putting Lucario in needs a nerf, but I think he is kind of good where he's at because Lucario, the thing about Lucario is he's insanely good early game. Like in the early game, I mean in the beginning of the match where everyone's from level 1 to about level 6 or 7 before everybody kind of gets to their final evolve stages and evolution patterns. Lucario is dominating. His damage and movement is far superior to everyone else in those early stages, which can give you a good level disparity to the enemy team. You're just doing so much more damage, so much more speed, and you're getting so much more kills compared to your enemies. And Lucario is a beast. And by the time you get to the end game, Lucario is already a step ahead of everybody else. So Lucario is definitely super strong. I debated putting Lucario needs a nerf, but I definitely think Lucario is kind of where Lucario would need to be. And I think nerfing Lucario would probably make Lucario like less usable or viable. So I think Lucario's probably fine where he is. Definitely insanely good pick. You never go wrong, especially early game. You're dominating, and getting those early domination kills will create that disparity you would need to just have that level gap and just dominate your opponents at that point, make them surrender, make them rage quit. Of course, yes, I know Zapdos is the most crucial thing in this game. Once Zapdos is killed, that usually the team that kills Zapdos would win. It's not all the time, but that Zapdos is way too prevalent in deciding the victor in the match, where it kind of like shows you that everything else you did in the entire match was kind of pointless. And I think they need to tweak that, obviously, because I don't think Zapdos the kill should be the end all be all, because like the team that was playing the best, making the right calls, working well together, should get the win. You know what I mean? Not just get luck sacked Zapdos and then you could steal the win, because you also can steal Zapdos. So it's crazy. But Lucario is never a bad pick. You have such an advantage in the early parts of the game that he's always a insanely quality Pokemon to use. Next, we have Crustle. Crustle is another one I would probably say viable and reliable. I think if you kind of get caught lacking, Crustle can definitely get a couple kills on you. But besides that, he's not crazy overtly broken. He can trap you in to try and dominate you and take you out. And I think he can sneak a couple kills that way. But once you kind of know what's coming from him and the surprise factor is gone from that move, he's very easier to kind of dodge and play around, especially in the ranked meta, because everyone plays a eject button. So once you kind of get caught by that earth blockade, you can just kind of eject button past it, making his kind of most viable asset kind of useless. So definitely viable and reliable, not bad by any means. Solid pick. I wouldn't pick him, but somebody might. Alright, now we have Greninja. Greninja is also super strong. Insane movement, insane speed. Substitution is so much fun. You know, because it's a cat and mouse game. It's Pokemon Unite, most of it. If anyone's like, you know, new to MOBA, you would know MOBA's a very cat and mouse game until it's not. You know, like it's like, you know, you're kind of teasing each other, getting a couple hits in, farming a little bit, getting a few more hits in until you just go buck wild and then start taking each other out. And Greninja is very good at kind of getting hits in, staying far away, and also just kind of being able to escape. Being able to escape is so crucial. Of course, you have the eject button, but with that 50-second cooldown, it's not as common as you'd want it. And Greninja definitely has a lot more escaping tactics than other people. So definitely super strong. Not a bad pick. Great asset. Talonflame. I think Talonflame needs some work. Yes, Talonflame could put in some major damage with the right setup and the right particular circumstances happening, but I just think the early game before you evolve to Talonflame, it's just so brutal for you. And even when you are Talonflame, you know, you're still just so weak. I would say Talonflame is definitely a glass cannon, but not even as good a glass cannon as Gardevoir is. You know, the damage isn't even as crazy good as Gardevoir, especially a Pokemon like Talonflame. I would expect the damage to be up there. You know, that's one of Talonflame's major things is, you know, doing that crazy raw damage and being able to just survive. Also, I would say Talonflame needs more survivability. Definitely some more better movement skills and abilities that would help, like, get away. You're a flying type, you should be able to fly away. But definitely, I think Talonflame needs some work. Definitely not a bad pick. I've seen people use it great in fights, but I definitely think it's not up to par with everyone else. Everything else is going on in the match. Now we have Charizard, guys. RIP, but honestly, not even RIP, because Charizard gets so much love. So I'm finally glad to see Charizard get shit on. Charizard is whack. He is so ass. Release him. Of course, don't get me wrong. Charizard, they can buff him and tweak him. It might be better, but Charizard is definitely the weakest in this game, I would say, by far. Charizard's ulti is so bad. It's the worst ultimate in the game, in my opinion. It's so bad, dude. Like, for a seismic toss, Charizard literally picks you up, flies you to meet Jesus, and drops you down on your head. And it does like this much damage. Like, it doesn't do any damage at all, dude. He needs a buff in damage. And on top of that, to make things worse, on your road to a Charizard is a rough one. Charmeleon and Charmander get absolutely melted by almost everyone in this game. You'll be used as fodder. And of course, when you're Charizard, you have a little bit more of a chance to, like, you know, help your teammates out and get a couple kills here and there, a couple pickoffs. But the ulti is not rewarding, and not really neither is Charizard. I wouldn't use them. Definitely in high level ranked, you would just be free lunch. Don't play Charizard. Just don't even do it. Alright, now we have Cinderace. Alright, Cinderace is definitely, I would say, super strong. It's the speed. It's the attack speed. Because not only is Cinderace ranged, but those kicks and like those balls of flame are just flying at you super fast. Especially Pokemon like Garchomp and very physical Pokemon struggle against like range users. And I definitely think Cinderace can abuse that. That's one of the big things you have to worry about being a Garchomp main. I'm a Garchomp main, and it's hard to deal with some of the range users in this game. And Cinderace is one of them. Definitely that speed is what gives you the absolute advantage in this game. Like, it's definitely prevalent. And some nice big burst damage with the ultimate too. Cinderace can steal Zapdos insanely well, can steal Rotom and Dreadnought super well. I love that about it, but also hate it about it because it makes the game so frustrating. You know, because you think that You know, it should be simple to kill Zapdos if you do all the damage, but now someone just come in, kick him once, and then steal it. They need to work on that, honestly. I don't know how they could work on that to fix it, but it's just so frustrating. It feels like so cheap to lose that way, too. But Cinderace, definitely super strong pick. Next, we have Elgloss. Definitely, I'd say vibrant, reliable. It's a support Pokemon. You're not doing much damage at all, but you can do cleanup. You definitely, you know, you're buffing your teammates. You're adding a little bit of damage onto the enemies as like they're fighting, as you're buffing your teammates. Definitely vibrant, reliable. Played very well in team slots as alternates, and definitely really usable. I would have no problems with it. You know, it's not super strong and doing anything like game breaking, and definitely Eldegoss is a lot of food for early players. You know, I for one love just beating the crap out of Eldegoss in early game to get some XP. But definitely, like I said, if you pair Eldegoss right, that's the thing. You gotta pair Eldegoss with the right combination of Pokemon to kind of make her shine the most. So I definitely think used in the right situation, viable and reliable. Now we have Cramorant. Cramorant definitely is, I want to say super strong, dude. Like, people sleep on Cramorant. Cramorant's kind of filthy, honestly. Especially early game, like it's nuts. If people in the know what I'm talking about, like early game, Cramorant can definitely body so many Pokemon, and then you want to body Pokemon early just to get that level disparity from your opponents. And like for example, by level disparity, I mean like you being like level 6, and they're still kind of level 3 or 4 because they're not really getting any kills on their enemies on top of the farming. So Cramorant can really just dominate early game with Whirlpool and Hurricane and stuff like that, and just like wreck, dude. Especially like once you get the Hurricane, like just wreck, especially from afar. And it's pretty devastating. Cramorant can go ham, man. I'm not saying it needs a nerf, but Cramorant, watch out for Cramorant, dude. It's sneaky. So Blastoise is not out yet. Blastoise is a DLC Pokemon, so I don't know why they put it on this tier maker, but it's a DLC. We don't know anything about Blastoise yet, so I'm just gonna put Blastoise next to Charizard. Same for Clefable. These are DLC Pokemon that we have no idea how they are yet in the game, so we're not gonna rank them. But I'm very excited to see how Blastoise is. I'm surprised that Blastoise wasn't like a day 1 Pokemon next to Venusaur and Charizard, you know, the Holy Trinity. But I'm definitely excited to see what Blastoise can do, man. Oh man, it's gonna be sick. My big old chunky boy. All right, now we got Pikachu, dude. Pikachu definitely, like, you know, teeters on the line between needs a nerf and just super strong. Because I don't want to say Pikachu is like insanely OP where it's a problem. I think Pikachu is the right amount of OP. So Pikachu is definitely super strong. A beautiful pick for any team, fits in nicely with any team. Range attacks, big damage. It can also trap. Trapping enemies is insanely prevalent in this game. That's why I put Crustle where he is. Being able to trap enemies and get those quick kills with your teammates is so important in this game that it's crazy. So I want to say Pikachu being able to trap enemies, do range damage, do solid damage, and really fast movement, dude. Definitely all around great pick. I don't think it's too OP. So I'm not gonna say it needs a nerf, but definitely insane, super strong. Can never go wrong with picking Pikachu. Yo, Ninetales is broken, dude. Ninetales is broken, bro. I want to say a nerf, but I think a slight nerf. Like by a slight nerf, I say maybe just make Ninetales maybe like need 1 more level to evolve into a Ninetales. Ninetales is insanely good, dude. Insanely good, bro. Like the damage, the range, the trapping, it's insane. But I don't know how to say it needs a nerf, but she's really good, dude. Ninetales is really good. Don't sleep on Ninetales. Ninetales is insanely good. Lost a lot of early situations to Ninetales. That range is incredible, dude. It's incredible. The trapping, the evasiveness, everything. It's all pluses. It's all pluses. I would say probably the only nerf I would say, just make her like 1 more level to evolve. Just make that a little bit harder on us. Because Ninetales is a problem, dude. Ninetales is super scary. Oh man, yo, Wigglytuff, dude. Wigglytuff is a champion, bro. Obviously not super not like needs a nerf, but yo, Wigglytuff is broken, dude. And I'll tell you why. Don't sleep on this. If you see this, don't sleep on it, bro. It's actually scary, bro. Like rollout is rollout is nuts, bro. Like rollout can be used to damage your enemies and also just escape. Like a move like that is broken. You want to be able to have that movement and also raw damage. The move does a lot of damage and can get Wigglytuff out of there. Definitely a scary matchup. I would not sleep on it at all. A super great Pokemon. Definitely would want to have it on your team if you can. Now Slowbro, another one, super strong. Just a monster tank. Can help you, just like Snorlax. I don't think as tanky as Snorlax, but definitely a monster tank, can do some solid damage and just, you know, help you prolong the fight in situations where you would need it. And you can't go wrong with a good tank. I don't think Slowbro is as good of a tank as Snorlax, but definitely a great pick. I don't, and when I say not as great as tank, I don't mean like, oh, it's miles apart. Like Snorlax will be 100 and like Slowbro will be 95. You know what I mean? So it's not a big difference, but definitely so many good picks here. And like I said, that's why I love this game so much, because see how big the super strong section is. Like, I love that, dude. Like, I love to see how many Pokemon are doing their thing and are actually viable and reliable and usable in the game. You know, in games like this, you normally see like only a few that people will play, especially in ranked. You know, and then the rest of them will kind of just be shitters in the bottom, would never touch collecting dust, like my boy Charizard here. But but there's a lot of Pokemon that are actually fine. Like I said, even Talonflame paired right can do a lot of work. It's just I say Talonflame is a glass cannon that isn't as good as a glass cannon as Gardevoir. It just needs some work. I'm like, it needs work is not like by any means like I'm saying like Talonflame is shit. I'm just saying like Talonflame with a couple little buffs here can really jump up to like the high tiers of this game. It's just way too easy to kill and doesn't do the much damage you would think that would like translate to being that easy to kill. Now we have Machamp, another one super strong. Machamp's thing is just he's hard to play, he's hard to use. You got to know how to like time it right, but he also has trapping by being able to grab your opponents and like throw them back towards the squad so you can just jump them. You know, somebody's recording it while everybody's stomping them out. You know, that's my guy Machamp. I got Machamp wears black forces, bro. He's a goon. Okay, you see that motherfucker chasing you down, bro? He's a goon. Okay, definitely goon status, super strong. I'm scared of mine. He will grab you and just like throw you towards his teammates, and they will just beat the crap out of you. Like, it's so scary, so satisfying to play, hard to use, but worth it. And it's a hard little run because when you're Machop, you know, you get beat up a lot. Like, you know, but once you become like, you know, your boy getting those gains, you bring the beats right back. Definitely super strong. So that rounds out the tier list, guys. This is just a fun, quick video because I love this game so much. Pokemon Unite is like insanely fun. I'm having a blast. Like, this is like the first game in a while that I've like put in like extra hours into just every day. Like, I'm even breaking my sleeping schedule playing this game. Obviously, it has its problems. People say it's pay to win. People say Zapdos, you know, ruins the game. But I would tell you this, guys. It's not as much as pay to win as you would think. Yes, the items give you a slight advantage, but not enough that will compare it to a cohesive team playing together. And anyone who plays with randoms would know in this game, randoms are the worst. So a cohesive team is definitely what you would want to aim for. The items, yeah, it gives you a slight advantage now, but I think in time, as everyone's getting to higher levels, we'll all kind of even out. So I just grit my teeth and deal with it for now. The Zapdos thing is way more annoying because you can be dominating the enemy team, just like messing them up, dude, and they'll get Zapdos and just steal the win, or they can just steal Zapdos from you and steal the win, and they'll be down like 300 points and just come back in like 2 seconds, and that needs some work. It shouldn't be that easy to just come back, especially from such a deficit. But we'll see. If you guys want to watch me play Pokemon Unite live, I stream it on Twitch damn near every single day now. Like, I love this game, dude. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. Okay, what are you doing? Join the family, guys. We're going strong. We passed 1,000 subscribers, and it means so much to me, guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.